Going to be me now microblading this top one, and I'm going to do a powder technique on the bottom. I'm probably going to just use the Cheyenne Hawk 1 round liner for this one because the skin is so oily. I'm going to skip the acupuncture with the Vertex Nano needles just because like it's so small. I'd rather have something that can kind of break through the oil and make sure that it retains in the skin. But we'll do some microblading just to show you guys how it looks. Hope to God I don't get lemon in the eye. Here I am starting with a basic microblading technique. It smells like I'm doing fresh laundry or something. So here I am doing some basic strokes and passes. I do love oily skin though. It definitely stays youthful much longer. But it's just annoying as heck for pigment retention. Okay, so I'm just gonna saturate the lemon peel with a little bit of the pigment. I'm so glad I chose the espresso color from the Tina Davies line though, so you can easily see the strokes. Okay, so come closer and look right here. Do you see where it looks like there's there's pigment under there? That's where it's not going to be as sharp and defined. And this is only one pass. Generally you do 3 passes. Meaning you go over the same spot about 3 times for the color to hold. And you have to make sure the lines are not touching or it's going to, it's called blowout. So that's a term often used in permanent makeup where the color blows out under the skin, and that's because the wrong technique was used. And blowout is just simply a term that we use when it looks like the color's gone under the skin. Happens a lot with like tattoo eyeliner as well. If someone's gone too close to where the outer tear duct is, the skin is so paper thin there, you really need to be careful and have someone who's experienced in that before just letting anyone do your tattoo eyeliner, okay girls and boys, be careful. One thing I have to admit about this is I do just love watching the blade glide across the skin like butter. I do love these blades by Minx Brows though. They really do make excellent blades. Back in the day, the Japanese used to wield katanas, but I feel like all Japanese now, we just wield microblades. It's kind of the same. My eyes are actually stinging a little bit. I think I got a little bit of lemon in there somewhere. Tears just for you guys. It's because I love you. I'm just going to speed things up a little bit while I do the second pass. While I saturate the pigment on top, it absorbs into the lemon skin, but you'll see the oil is pushing some of it back out, so I need to secure it into the skin. Pay close attention to the hue that you're seeing where I have absolutely no strokes implanted, but it looks like there's a shadow now underneath where I have worked. Now you can see the blowout happening a lot more quickly as I go through this third pass. And with the third pass or the second pass or even the first pass, you guys can see I'm not really applying any pressure on the skin. It's literally only gliding across the skin. And this is my hopes in educating you guys is like, you know, I'm not a bad artist. I just know what I can and what the limitations of what I can't do is. And if the artist who's working on you doesn't know those limitations and you have oily skin and you're not in my local area and you're getting it done by somebody, ask these questions. Don't be embarrassed to, because this is your face and this is going on permanently. Microblading, a lot of these services, it's going to be there for a few years, okay? Don't be confused thinking that it's going to be completely gone in a year if you don't like it. Probably not the case unless you have alopecia, that type of thing, or if they use poor quality inks, it could be forever if it's like India carbon ink. So you want to make sure like you're using, the person on you is using high quality pigments. Make sure you ask for healed results. But yeah, This is what it would be most akin to healing like, with even more washed out, to be honest with you. But this is what it would be like when it's freshly done. But you would definitely have a lot of blowout, because you can see there's like this dark under the lines. That's what's going to happen. This is literally my favorite part about doing permanent makeup on oily skin, is absolutely rocking through it with a low speed to do my overall outline, and then kicking it up to a slightly higher speed and whip shading the brow very softly, darkest at the very tip of the tail, where we often lose the color the most quickly, and that is often where we wanted it to stay the most. Personally, I love a good ombre, something that ever so softly begins to fade into nothing towards the front of the brow, to have a very polished and elegant finished look without looking like your harsh old school grandma's eyebrow. To be totally transparent, when I first started using a machine, it was an absolute mystery to me, and I remember specifically thinking I will be a total failure at it, because it is not as easy as it looks. Taking the time and the dedication to sit and practice when no one is looking and it's dark outside and you just want your own bed is absolutely daunting at times when you're a new permanent makeup artist who paid thousands of dollars to train. But I think anyone who is a potential new client would always feel much more comfortable with someone who's taking the time to not only take a course, but to actually invest the time into taking multiple courses to take the time to create art. The painstaking hours I have taken just to make the video and then to edit this one is literally like me trying to do taxes. But I wanted you guys to hopefully get entertained by this a little bit and enjoy learning something. Alright, I'm done. So, as you can see, one has like no blowout, the other has tons of blowout. And often cleaning someone's skin after doing a permanent makeup service is very messy, just like this. So that's like a lemon.